country, it is not the people. The problem is poor and bad governance.
Our electoral laws, are they strong enough? And if they are, is the problem implementation?
In my honest view, we have very good electoral laws. Of course, every other time you'll come and say, oh yeah, we need to change this, but our electoral laws are good. The constitution itself is good. But the people trying to implement it have actually completely refused or rejected it before. So it becomes very difficult to implement the electoral law. If you are implementing the electoral laws in this country, kwa ukweli, and you see that you are going to fail, in our culture, you will not even implement a damn rule of that Elections Act. So it is the people. You know, once you know where the problem is, actually you can start healing. It is our people, especially the leaders. Hakuna story ingine.
Then Grace, if we have electoral laws that are really good, implementation is the problem. And at the center of that is the referee who then gives power and gives the oomph to these electoral laws, right? When they are seen to be the problem, how do we go to 2027 with the belief that at the end of the day, we will say, free, fair, verifiable?
At the risk of sounding like an IEBC apologist, which I am not, but I think we'd like to. They're so easy to scapegoat, right? Everyone wants to demonize IEBC. IEBC stayed for 900 days without commissioners. 900 days. So when you start, literally, they've just started, and I like what my colleague said. The electoral cycle is not supposed to stop. Because people are being born every day, people are dying, voters are, we need to continuously be demarcating. So we can't wait for, now that we have the calendar of elections, then now you want to add and divide wards and constituencies, like it's too late, So that process is supposed to be ongoing. This is a commission that has staff, that has a payroll, and for a big chunk of 2 years, people were going to work without anything to do. Like you report to work because you're paid at the end of the month. And unfortunately, it's not just IEBC, it's a lot of all these commissions. I think they've been operating on less than 30% development budget. So you have all these good intentions. We also like to demonize NCIC, but then you keep seeing them being given mandate and stripped of power, or being frustrated, or being punished when they're seen to be effective. Then now budget is withheld. So we need to go back and actually say, what is the consequence of a parliament withholding commissioners, even a presidency, refusing to allow constitutional bodies to operate for that long? Because we are the ones who pay for the consequences of that. And we really like to romanticize, citizen engagement. But in this country, in this region, citizen engagement is a matter of life and death. How many people have we lost? We're still in court defending those Gen Zs that everyone likes to clap for, but I don't see many people coming to court to defend them against terrorism charges. We talk about goons and then we quickly gloss over what the actual consequence is. So we need to start holding people accountable for this, because what we are doing is funding post-election violence. It's going to be pre, during, and post-election violence with very dire consequences, which we unfortunately know too well what it could lead to. So how do we need to wait for another Kofi Annan to come and start the process of, where did we go wrong? We already know where we are going wrong, because we are actually leading towards that path, and we're really accelerating towards that path, which is very dangerous. It's going to cost our country. We're already in a region that is very volatile, and we can't afford, to lump on risk after risk. So we need to start seriously having conversations about how to hold offices and individuals are accountable for facilitating what's going to be very dire consequences for
Vincent,
the country.
she just brought in a subject that is very critical, electoral violence, because even Kofi Annan that you mentioned, the foundation came out and said that Kenya is highly likely to end up where we were in 2007, or even worse, But that notwithstanding, you just need to pause and look at what is happening in the country, the statements that are being spewed by different political leaders, whether it is opposition, whether it is government, and one asks the question then, with what it is we are seeing, What must we do to put a stop? Because we have all the security agencies that need to be working together with the NCIC, judiciary, the police, to put a stop to this. What are you seeing, and what is the threat in your own analysis?
The stop is very simple. The stop starts from the government. Actually, the violence is being actually spearheaded by the government. If you see the last few instances of goonism, which have rocked throughout the country political activities, most of these people who are goons are police officers in, spherical clothes. They are joining the people who are goons from the members of the public to cause harm and damage to people and property. And as in the recent past, actually, some few days, some of the politicians, especially those ones who are aligned to the government, who have been accused to have participated, in spearheading these or supporting these activities, most of them have not even recorded statements in the police stations. They have been named, people have seen them, but they have not taken action against the opposition MPs. If you are named as an opposition MP or opposition leader, you will be called to the police station to record a statement, and you can even be charged in court. So if we have to stop this violence, it should be, the government should act impartially. Let them not support their own while taking action against the people in the opposition. In Kisii, we had actually one person died, among other areas.
Yes.
And a member of parliament aligned to UDA was mentioned to have orchestrated this violence. He was summoned to the police station to record a statement. He never came. The government never took action. The people or the suspects who were named, they were never, arraigned in any court of law. The same happened in Kisumu, in a church where people attacked the, the worshippers in some church in Kisumu. They came dancing with arrows, poles, and everything. The government never took action. So if we have to stop this violence, because it's going ahead and it's going to damage this country, the president recently spoke about stopping goonism. Yeah. Let him walk the talk.
Walk the talk. Yeah. I want to bring you in, even as we come to the top of the hour. One asks the question then, where we find ourselves today, what must we all change for us to say we have a proper election in 2027?
Well, as a people, we have been socialized into that way of mistrust. But one thing, IEBC has the duty of making sure that we shall trust it, because it is the institution that we entrust to run the elections in this country. So between now and August next year, it has that role to make sure that we Kenyans believe in its ability, whether it's the sanctity of the voter register, the results, the counting, and even the announcing of winners, managing these electoral processes so well. So it has that role of making sure that we believe in it. And now we, as Kenyans, again now, maybe we need to give it the benefit of doubt and allow it to do its work. But again, the environment that we are working in right now, it's a bit discouraging. If you look at the violence, if you look at the way some things are being taken casually, the government in power not taking some of the security sector not taking some of the things seriously. I think there is need to be inter-institutional dialogue, whether it's the security sector, the IEBC and other institutions that help IEBC running the election, to sit down and come up with a formula of how to run this election well. If it's an issue of security, if it's an issue of technology, so that we have that particular trust.
You see, elections, 2027 general elections is a process that is ongoing pretty much. Once you cast your vote, the cycle started at the time. But that notwithstanding, then all the other agencies that plug into this, including you, Mwananchi, who is the voter, must play a role in making sure that the 2027 general election meet the threshold as enshrined in the Constitution. It is not only IEBC's job, not police, not NCIC, and definitely not political parties, but Kenya as a whole. I want to thank my guest in studio for making it a success at this conversation. That is Ishmael Nyaribo, who's a constitutional lawyer. Asante sana. Grace, Neema Grace, National Organizing Secretary, People's Liberation Party, Asante sana, as well as Vincent Kimose, National Chairperson, Jubilee Party, and Gitungo Wamwere, Head of Program, the Mzalendo Trust. Asante sana. Conversations definitely must continue as we approach the 2027 general election. I want to hand over then to Ian Kitanyi, who is on standby for the impactful news on Impact show at the top of the hour. Jesse Rogers will be coming a little bit later with these conversations as they continue. Keep it KTN, the home of bold journalism.